Hello, my name is Craig Heffernan. Today we're going to show you how to build an 8x10 treated lumber deck out the back of this home. We first start out with the layout. A string line is used to mark the outside frame of the deck. The actual dimensions are 9 foot 9 inches along the house and 8 foot out from the house. Remember, the string line represents the outside of the frame. To mark where the posts go, I find where the center of the post is. Then I spray a 10-inch to 12-inch circle around that center line. This deck has just 3 holes in the front and 3 holes in the back along the house. To check your lines for square, measure each corner diagonally. When each measurement is the same, then the layout is square. We start by digging the holes 10 inches to 12 inches round in diameter to 42 inches to 48 inches deep. Depending on the frost level in your area, is how deep you dig the holes. The steel breaking bar is used to break up the hard ground, and the post hole diggers are used to remove the loose dirt. There's no need to hire a machine. You can do this yourself. Don't be scared. And plus, you will not have to work out the rest of the day. Once the holes are dug, it's time for concrete. I start with a half of an 80-pound bag. It's poured in dry. Water is then added and mixed with post hole diggers. For safety reasons, we cover all the holes with 3/4 inch plywood. We don't want any animals or small children falling in the holes. It's the next morning and the concrete's cured. This deck's ready to build. We begin with the back band. It's a 2x8 and cut to 9 foot 7 inches. With the top of the frame determined, the 3 4x4 posts will be cut and fastened with nails and lag screws from the back side of the band. With the back band and the posts all secured, we place the entire assembly in the back holes. This method is called freestanding and is not fastened to the home. The back band is checked for level and the posts are checked for plumb. When everything checks out, we fill all 3 posts with the dirt. We use the same dirt we removed earlier. Make sure you tamp and fill, tamp and fill, tamp and fill. If you have any questions so far, put them in the comment box below. I'll answer them promptly, and don't forget to subscribe. The 2 front posts are set into the holes. The side bands are nailed to the back band with 4 nails, and then leveled to the front posts. 1 nail is placed in the top outside corner, and then the post is plumbed. When the post is plumbed, we put 7 more nails into this neat, consistent pattern. Repeat the same steps for the other side band. Once the side bands are in place, you can now put the same nail pattern on the 2 back posts. Now we are ready for the 2x8 front band. It is cut 9 foot 10 inches and nailed on flush to the outside side bands using the 4 nail pattern. The 2 front posts should be plumbed both ways. To check the deck for square, measure the diagonal each way. If each measurement is the same, the deck is square. If it is not the same, move the entire deck by sliding the posts along the concrete footings till the deck is square. This is why we dig the holes 10 to 12 inches wide. It gives us enough room to move the posts around. Set the front middle post 39 inches from the end post. This will be the space for the stairs. All 3 front posts will now receive the 8 nail pattern, but the 2 middle nails are left out and replaced with 3/8 by 4 inch lag screws and washers. The 3 front post holes can now be filled in with the dirt. Plastic and gravel is used to keep the weeds from growing under the deck. We are now cutting 7 2x8 joists at 7 foot 9 inches. The joists are spaced evenly across the 10-foot span at 15 inches on center. Joist hangers are installed on the back band and on the front band as well. All the long posts are now cut to 35.5 inches from the framing. These 2x4s are used for the ground boards, and they will go on the top and the bottom in between the posts. They will be a nailer for the bottom skirting. I like to put a center post on the 8-foot sides. It splits up the railing span. The post will go from the ground board and up through the deck to support the rail. Lay out the 2x10 using the framing square. The run is 10 inches and the rise is 8 inches. I cut the top and bottom, but I don't cut the middle out. Two by 4 cleats are used to hold the treads. 2x6s are cut to 36 inches for the treads, and 2x8s are cut also to 36 inches for the risers. Two holes are dug on each side of the steps. You want the posts to hold the stairs, not the ground. So once the holes are dug and the footings are in place, fasten the stringers to the post. Plumb the posts and fill the holes with the dirt. I cut the posts off parallel with the stair stringers at 24 inches. I cut through halfway with the circular saw and finish it off with a handsaw for a smooth, flat cut. To fill in the bottom skirt, I'm cutting some scrap decking and installing it vertically. The ground boards are coming in real handy now. The deck boards measure 1 inch by 5.5 inches and are oversized at 121 inches. I start by cutting the first deck board to the home and around the 2 posts in the back. The board is also trimmed to a 3/4 inch overhang on each end. A 3/16 inch drill bit is used on all the small pieces and on the ends of the deck boards. It'll prevent any splitting. The remaining boards are put on tight with no spacing and with an even overhang on both ends. It's time to wrap it up with all the railings. We begin by fitting two 2x4s in between the posts. There is one cut for the top and one cut for the bottom. The balusters are cut to 30 inches long and a small 45-degree chamfer is put on one end. I line up all the balusters and pre-drill the top and the bottom to get them ready for screws. The balusters are then spaced evenly across the top and the bottom of the 2x4. The railing assembly is then placed in between the posts. A pre-drill is used in several places in preparation for more 2.5-inch screws. For the top cap, we are using a 2x6 to cover all the posts, ends, and balusters. A router is used with a roundover bit on all the top edges. It's optional, but it looks way nicer. If I glanced over anything, or if you have any questions about the 8x10 deck we just built, write your question in the comment box below. I'm Craig Heffernan and thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe.